All right, so we are starting the program right away. So we're going to show you the video. We don't take much of your time. This is a teaser. Listen to this short part and then you'll be shocked. We'll start in a minute. Stay tuned. God bless you.
Oh, Papa. Oh, Papa. One go high. Young for Anteno. One go to home. By
viewers, the language is going to be a bit of a challenge, but please forgive us. Some of the languages the lady will be using, they are a bit raw and direct, but then according to the lady, that is how she can best express herself for everyone to understand what she's trying to communicate. So if you understand the language, please pardon us. You know, we don't speak coarse language. We don't use certain languages on this channel, but we have to unfortunately let this slide today. So listen to it very, maturely, because we know everyone listening to us are matured on the average. Everyone watching us is over 20 or 20 something years when I checked. So please stay tuned and endure. If you don't understand the language, because it's going to be in Ghanaian language, I will be explaining. So stay tuned and let's go with this program.
Logical father.
With you. Until I read the bokosa. At the age of 14 years, one day movie and papa frame is a member, and not me call down back home. As my papa becan said, Nana him only send me door. No, Mr. Papa will be and Miss Old Dummy, me or Doba, or Siampa. Until now, one and papa a famano, me and papa, and the idea or tie would bedroom, yen money now or fear in Ayano, and would be in Mr. Papanidi or Donema. Until they may call them or famano, and now or famano, you know, ye minufo. A tone in some of fame no for an no funny or finning nano. After so the cataman in my summoning. No, saw Miss as I found Sonny Cotty, none cotty na din. And now I know the name intimate so. Or you also saw me to saw me. That was the first time.
Viewers, what she's trying to say, those of us that don't understand the language, is that her own father, when she was 14 years, her father called her, stripped her naked, and tried to, play with her negatively, sucking her breast and saying all sort of things, confirming his love for the daughter. And the doctor said, "Dad, we all know you love all of us." Innocent as she was, she didn't know anything. Just listen.
The next time, or me of a mano, or you for ano, or you for no mano, to saw me to the necataman and between Nima swatching him. Nina, we are catching me say. Said the Jabia done a baby no yes, man, and to show a man bo be a man, cause odome pa.
She deceived the daughter into believing that sucking her daughter's breast and touching her on, in a very wrong, seductive way, sexual way, is how every father should love his daughter. So she should not tell anyone, and she, ignorant, 14, didn't know much.
Until a twa so sad be and no did not quite to call Australia.
That kind of act went on for several times before the father got the visa and traveled from Ghana and moved to Australia. So currently, as we speak, the father that we are talking about is in Australia. You can see from the picture over there.
Okodri and or send your phones by phone or boarding, way any. Me kwame phone or kasi and from no punum kwane or phone so. Obani bear made that mofo. Into mammy munim nana say, none of the phone with bra crack it. That time was just as one or so two. Now, son, yama winning an day also. As I should baby side end. As someone who catch on when they say, of our phone or form, and no they send him no say side and also. But later on, they make us or mammy ya where say, phone, I never know was no share than or true goose because of a who send ye no bearman or bada, no bedu Ghana, yes, I didn't be. I'm saying if I'm delete because almost say in here send me a crameshes animal. Fine. Interview O'Connor or friend me phone no so no. Saturday ye video call, audio call. One for Nana, me per se ye phone says that's me jiji home Nana ba with trim na me family cutting shame nane home bra.
Viewers, the lady is saying that the father sent the family some mobile phones, and the phone that the father assigned to be given to her, the father had already put pornographic videos on the phone. So child pornography was on the phone and then sent to her at 14. So when she received the parents, the mother and other people got upset that the dad could send such a phone to the child, and the mother said the father gave some flimsy excuse. So, but then the father explained, the dad lied that he picked the phone from the ground in Australia, picking a good decent phone from the ground in Australia, which was not actually the case, because the dad ended up confessing to the child that he deliberately put them on so she would learn how to do what they are doing in the pornographic videos. The man we are talking about, you can see a photo of himself and the daughter here. This is the man we are talking about. This is the man we are talking about here. There are certain, implications into this thing that we will be talking about. We'll be discussing those implications on the child and on anybody that such a thing could happen to.
Yes,
so we go ahead.
Nana wa bem, Missy my bem, was me fan shim, Missy Fashim, Nana wo tredo, Nana hoya me fo, Nana hoya a cono, no to train a bem as a naba. Tia quosu yes, I dena, Ada make us a min yes, I did, nibu for me. Ma otimi friend, my make and say, meditating at them.
According to the daughter, the father kept on doing phone sex with this lady over the phone, whilst the dad is in Australia and the girl is in Africa, in Ghana to be precise. They would do phone sex over the phone and video calls doing phone sex and all that, and then the dad would masturbate over the phone for the daughter to see. You know, people, there are things that are happening that if we are not careful around the kids we are having today, the type of people we have around our families, it's going to be a very big problem. 14 had obviously an Android phone or an iPhone, could communicate with their dad. It wasn't too much of a bad idea to give your child a phone to make the child feel comfortable and learn how to use some things. But the issue is, what is happening on the phone? How much of the how much privacy do we give to our kids?
Na mama no subu ofisa de na ne papa ne kasa o mo anu de etia papa no di papa na tem ba ni na minka hwe o me ya mo se papa na cho na mapa na cho sa ne etoatoa so ti nyame ya aduminya na esi training mu kwan me koye me wieye e na ba se me koye me service wo wanchi ti me bona mane se before se me be call service kwa na o ka che me se obema me ska mama ko guest house na yakoye sa de me na koye phone sex no watwetwe ne be mama ne ho aba and then you could me catch and say papa mint me sa de because guest house de e china ko hu me se me free guest house e ba e nu gwa se mama obi be dun se me so ya me ne mema ne ko guest house but na ntesa me na me nim de me
Viewers, so this lady is saying that the father ended up deceiving her when she ended up in the nursing training. So this thing happened from age 14. It continued all the way until she grew up. She ended up in the nursing training as a student nurse, and the dad wanted her to get to some guest house and so that they can have privacy and be doing these things. What are they doing? Sexually assaulting the daughter, a young little girl. Assaulted her from 14 years all the way. And according to the girl, anyway, I won't jump the gun. I will wait for the lady to tell us what was really going on. Please, if you are watching us on any of the links, I'm going to put the phone number there. Please, if you can, try your best and call into the program. Share your thoughts, or you can call my number if you have it. It's 0412805277. 0412805277.
Kweno enu die nukre ni minne ende otiase se minne te ba se me kwaye me service no wanchin de ende na ni je pa otiase ntem ko se obenya kwan eni maye sane ma no open me be konsuna fu ekuta minne to no ma miska koto phone yes phone K5 ka fina na sa phone na ba foforo tata usuna fina na Viber video calls and ne audio calls aba into o catch me say me ntwi bi into phone so na me kodu a me na ye video call ani sane man fortunately me ne madam for baako e na ko share room that Sarah ye ko share room no ti me kodu e kromon e crisis service in adwuma me wodan ma service ma me nya network ne nya sa de this me pia bonten nti na me kopie me pia bonten dia and ye audio phone sex ne ye me jeje homa na ba wa na ma bem fa ko ti she me dia shem na yakaka sa na watwetwe ne be ma na ne ho aba enti etoato so many times ti me kodu program ne kure ni me ko share brante bi na brante ne dey RSM 2 me ne me so person ware me na me so okay mate enti what is asem ni to manager ye didi nkomo enti before say be man no kra me ni she didi nkomo na that time Facebook na ye sit tap ade bi so na a show character enti me ye bi ma de ne chem say that 2016 me worry on October enti okohu sa de no Facebook ni bufu pa ofre ma me ka chem say wo de akwana ma worry abra wa ambo mama ne no se me akwana bi ama.
Viewers, you can feel the shivering in the voice of this lady as she's talking. The whole popo on the inside. It's ridiculous. The father could go to the point of being jealous when even the girl is playing like one of these apps that are on social media. When she, you know what, there are some apps when you click on it can determine like, oh, you're gonna get married next 4 months, next year, next 2 years, and sometimes it says you are supposed to be a president, or it can choose. There's so many apps on Facebook. She tried one and it picked and detected that she was gonna marry a certain period at a certain time in a certain year, and the dad got triggered and got upset.
Because wakohu saade no Facebook e chese ye de mama we ma copy me na be manim e ma nsam ne ye bebre ma ye de pa na chew ti mini boy ni sha 2 weeks time na boy ne frame me se na wone me won komo na me se de nkomo na o se betena se ti asem ma be ma ni busa me ne se hwan ne kwa mama nkwa na me se kwa mama nkwa de papa na o se de ne wo munte na me so we de ne wo mentem se eja no obado na wo ye ntem papa o pe masem pa me so me pe na asem. Before that, so me catch a boy and say, me phone da wa, share no one for me phone. Go be a baswa, share no one fa. Because them papa, otimi family at any time. Nam pese me papa be who said, me no be 2 sana mountain. Share no one for me phone. And my boy in it, yes, sir. To obusa me sa no after the no questions need do so. Me see then the one no papa antem. Said the oka say Jano Obadon is beyond that. So nana tell me the truth. Ni hu kwan de be fa so e be solve problem no. Na ho ato no ade ho office asem. Until na that day no misu parliament membe manu ankasa we real ho say boy na time hu sade na obusa me. In 3 days time I decided say no, I have to tell the truth. Na empo say on ware me a me ndem hu office anem na ha me. Nti me friend de tell say abrante me ne me papa to na mo say e be twetwe ye kote o phone so me ne ye phone sex e phone so. Na de no sha ase ache at the age of 14 years obetu kwan kwa Australia ene she sa ne manase enti ya ache enti so so be boa me dia boa me anti na me ne be mani kasa enne ade che no jam ho ko bush or obi na oye nua adwuma that time no jam ho ko bush na me so me ba me village na nunwe mo ha na course a sha ase afi kuma se ba me so ene de na ade aye o papa say be man na friend didi na tem so a foolish man, stupid man. Or the mimi fun mom na friend didi na tem. Na me say how? Ni pa kwai be man ya mo kan ho asem no kwa at the moment only me nchen. Oh,
viewers, what she's trying to say is that she met a guy that wanted to marry her. But then the guy ended up detecting that there was something really going on between the girl and the father. So the guy confronted the lady, and then the lady had no choice than at a point to explain the whole situation to the father. Now the dad is aware, the boy is aware of this, and then the lady pleaded with the guy that if he was ready to help her out, she would be happy about that. So the guy went into the bush where he does his timber business, and then the dad called from nowhere complaining that the guy has called him to insult him and all that. But the lady said the guy had left. And the dad was, also accusing that the gentleman used the girl's phone, but that the girl with her phone were both in a different town, and the guy was in the farm working.
Bush, I want to call any network no car, and me Cassandra and Pose, or the phone to the stand, so the minimum phone and answer flow. So somebody the meaning to and no crack until now some me can name some kitwa. With this sick. Kens na ebusuafo nyina te se be ma opeso ware na edidim papa atem na nsem ne bebre nti ono eba sa no aka che ma me hwe ne mansi ne fie biem woyi mafri ne mem mi wu ahwe ne mansi na yi ase ene obi obefre ne bia sa asem na papa ne be ka kire no ne yefro na dade bia de ono papa ntokwa ono papa nsensem bebre ye de to
The lady is saying whenever there was any accusation from the father that the lady is being disrespectful, it meant that the lady was telling the dad that they had to stop what they were doing, and the dad would complain and everyone else would rather accuse the girl. So no one kind of tried to investigate, to hear the girl out, to know what was really going on the side of the girl. This is one thing parents should need to be very careful about, the way we handle our children's information.
And I'm in a beman fair fruit. Timmy catch a beman said, no cray fruit, no, my father, me call me, mammy. Was it there be now? Yes, I know right. Cause you will be this year, my father in Siamba, so Uncle Bob is your farmer, and you need doom pepper so beer, me cram whole bed me, Timmy so caught, no cobble mamma. Na monsieur Mate. Satam until I know 1 month. Na me free when she cook massy. Cobo mamma and say, Mammy. Mamma says, say now, but my friend insane. And you will be as a bear maya. They be a say a hun same baby. Mamma say, fair bear money, mammy. Na me friend, a man. I say, Mamma, be catch a bearman say, or panachonins any day, yunko yungu. Na me papa cry tia, now I read a begu. Bear more did not tell on one or in a daffy insane, dear. Young queen in Senegal. No queen burn, bonny catcher and say, Mamma, mean to me, yes, I born, nay, if ye insane day, engu. It is obey to my dear, and the obey to my quack was saying, name on Naman Swan, Baba Bejimiba. See, born in the castle besides, and I say now, Mamma, can also dream was say. Mr. Catcher say, meaning insane, wouldn't any insane which I mean, the Duchess are on a day, obey your mammy, it means saying insane. Na me kasa ti me free Kumasi that time no man si Kumasi biem aka ka mama bewo na me back to efie ho ene awo mu nsem de bebre antena enti me wo wieye 1 week time ena papa fe ma me say I won me pictures ene akwani pictures on Facebook na me ma wo ena mo na mane enti o hia me woni fie ho
wow
me to fie ho na ansa obesuma mo obi de adua begu me ne me banso mama ya no mawu anasa obesuma obi ama na begu me man trans and trainer mana magana na manya be me bian so na nkwo se be ma obedidi na tem e na me na wodi ya ne me mfini fie rekwani ma antena na asem na mu ye ya enti 2 weeks pepe me wo na fifie ko me na ba ko ho wa na manje ho na me kwotena ye ene mu nsem de bebre emu atete ni wo time bebre papa no so ya na o se me na menye papa na manya be me bian na nkwo be ma obedi na tem ni na so me na minim the reason why ita papa na dey yes ane man di tia me mankasa be man no so enam sa ane man na akoso no aka na adwuma nyina say de obedi kwa na ye den ni kwa ni mini tina ma sika sem say obese ne me ni akwa ni sika no ni kwa ni mini na ye den maami ya na ehwe me ohwe me so a ofe be ma ya na adane ntokwa ofon so na fa sika me hwe o ma entutu ewu ni di me na minim o ya wo ni amane abo ne den ennem satam no afri when chikwa akra akwatena obi nchen enti me hwe de ekona na ano ye den na o ka chere se na manya adwuma bia mounti bra ti me fa akra ni nyina ko akra ho kwatena be man che se de obedi bia me nyina ye den ebede ho de obi hu ye twem enti me hwe adwuma se ka na ye se me de akwa ne ba back to Kumasi na me de akwa ne sa ba ne beto adwuma se akra bra de ma na edoso obi ne ne te uni kasa de obeye bia se wo we de authority e wo ho tin kakra e na me ma musa ne me kasa se papa ne de esie bia no oyem papa enti me mpa na cho e na me send papa ne message 3 times ni na mama mwaye ti da ko ye wo ho na mo Kumasi e na ofre me ma me se de esie bia wa jama naka wa fa me se ne doba biem enti no obesa ne makasa sa ta na me nkuta fon papa bia enti ma me na fon ekuta no e na o sa de fon ne ma me na me set WhatsApp na papa ne free first day of free the first question papa ne busa me say nti boy ne na ne kwoti e de ti otimi di wiye na me say papa me pa cho ne no ho asem ana ye beka until before that me kan ho asem che me mam tama boy na asem sha say so abedi na tem me ma me ani because na me ni evidence bia o sa ka sa fe nso me pese me worry boy no ntina me raise that allegation say ma me kan ma no tum this time papa ne sa ba back no share niema se opese o sa ne me yes afon ses no nukure ni me record ye me jam me ho ma ne se be me evidence bia da chi bi no or resist ansem ni biem se me di na tem na se me ye ne sa ne ma na me de be kire se na tem di na me di papa no na emom o ja ne amane o de me nam atete o de me nam eku mi sunsum ne me ka na me ka se me nya biem na na afi de obo abusuafo amane se mi di natam na afi de abusuafo hu mi se mi ye nipa bone ni no me yakwa bone no me ma ne nte se biem ti this time dey I record everything audio video me record the ato na dachi bi no musumenya dance aka.
So viewers, this lady ended up recording everything that she was doing with her father at a point when she realized that no one seemed to believe what she was saying. She ended up recording everything the dad was doing with her.
Na no ko ofre mi a video a mitimi na me fun mi nkuta fun papa bi asa mitimi video kakra say audio section so ne ebe ya eno nso me record e de to ho kakra nka enti ada me ka che ne say me no wonye sa den de ye ntokwanko a
be freo wo say oban kwa ne be ma na tie o anso ti ofre wo Australia ba Ghana wasama ne yire de ne phone e ma ya me ni na ho ama ne ba ti den na obeka sabre na be ma ne we
asha se de na be ma ne me di tu ani se me panacho enam sense me ba nyina na me ni adanse de bia me de be prove me ho se na papa ne de yem
e wo no papa wo bibiye
papa wo bibiye nti me panacho se de papa ne me kasa to ma me kwan na me nya adanse de emfanto ante na enye ize ma be ma no e kasa che kakra na che nti ase de ye adwuma no so beti ase enti no ada me ne be yesa no me ma ne tena ho se be ya nipa de o ma na anta no ohu mu adanse a
so viewers, this lady ended up setting up the father in the sense that the boyfriend agreed that he would allow the girl, because the girl wanted to record the father and get evidence because no one ever believed her. So the boyfriend agreed, but the lady said that anytime she was going to do that, the boyfriend would have to sit there with her so that both of them will get this thing done. In that case, the boyfriend will believe that whatever she's been saying is the truth. So they both ended up doing this. So on several occasions, the boyfriend will be there and this girl will be naked, having video carnality with the father. I don't know how you feel as you are listening to this, but I'm really down. I've been really affected when I started hearing this thing. This is his own daughter. It's not anything. It's like his own daughter we are talking about here. Brother Philip Obiba came on and said, this father needs to be banned from the community. Brother Philip, you've nailed the case right at the head, and that is what it is. When I saw this, I was like, why is this guy even still around? But let's listen. There are more things in there.
Papa Frey,
you see, what they are doing is that the woman, the host of the person interviewing the lady is trying to get her to role play how they start when the father calls in. Now listen.
Yes.
So she's naked during this process.
No, was a bam, no, my bam. Ah, Nana, or Chefe, Penifar, Mutim Fanchemi. I say me use that word for Bia, so be a better than me can say. Nana bam, I will chef, I cried the horfe, me do, Missy Fashim, or semi dear shim. Nana, I love you, no, my just I love you too. Kiss me, no, my kissing. Intimaya san, Nana bam, horfe, ah, cried the horfe. Nana main jam you, Missy Papa mean jow. Nana me do, Miss me do. No, to train a bam, and waba. I dance so I ever say in case me chiman so na opese yen so and the yen video yen audio the same procedure na bear miss my bem or si fashion now they shame or nana I love you nana kiss
viewers
me,
we're gonna be playing we will be playing and we will get to a point where we will play videos of this girl doing this thing with the father and your mind will be blown. If you've not seen this before, watch it to the end because we're gonna play video of the father doing this with the daughter.
Oh, fair, I cried the whole fair. Only send me dumb, Mr. Papa, meaning so dummy. No, I am none of wabba. Until a twice one and mammy did now. Evidence be a may pay. Until none more problem be. Me problem is say, Jones or Deminaman come who are making so go me home. Say, be authority Deminama and she a met man in near go me home. Nay, I dare a hammy. None can me ding. Meant my most one cherry mammy da. Until I mean who baby I'm confess our problem by. Enti na nse me ni papa ni didi nkomo no ka kyen se na unu se me nya adoma a wache. Na me se saa o se ane. O se at the age of 2 years. Ena me nya adoma. O se saa ene do ye fitete o se ane.
You see, the girl is saying that the father has confessed during one of the immoralities, and then the father confessed that he started developing this love for this girl when the girl was as little as 2 years old. So you have no idea what has been happening when the girl was even 2 years. But the girl is complaining that she's got, urinal problems and number 2 problems. She can't hold the wee, she can't hold the poo. She just has to run. And she's beginning to suspect that maybe the father must have molested her when she was as young as 2 years. She's asking dad for money to help her heal this thing, see a specialist, but the dad is even saying no.
Now that 2 years and me fefe one no me phone no phone so mo na ma me kwa ka che me say wo de akwa keto na wo ye ni say jaisa and then no kan sa asem ni wie no me tra ho din am say no papa we pram we di me wu because at the age of 2 years no den say share ma say asem ma me hu you say when hu I don't know and it is the cause of that thing say at the age of 2 years o ti me fefe ma no so me nufu e fefe me hu de it could be say at the age of 2 years no den say share ma say yeah, papa we were hamming, we dimmed them. And no crank dantem until I make quite juma, and ye. Minama for in a bay, you bet you be a kaibet, I mean, qua. You be a juma farmer, Kajuma, may walk a tree.
Now, people, listen, this is where I want us to really be serious about this whole thing. We've come to the point where she's bringing out the facts that we need. The reason why I'm saying this, where the fact that we need, is that the implications of incest has started affecting the young lady. The implication of incest has started affecting the young lady. So what are the implications we are talking about? We can look at this from the book of Leviticus chapter 18 verse 7. It says, the nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother, of the nakedness of thy mother shalt thou not uncover. She is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Bible says that the nakedness of your father or mother, you should not see it. We are not talking about when you were a toddler, little girl, but when you at the point where your age, you've come to the point where you understand carnality, you understand intimacy with woman, you are a different person altogether. The Bible says that you should not see it. And what can possibly happen to you? Let's read Leviticus chapter 20 verse 14. If a man marries both a woman and her mother, a child and a mother, a woman and her mother, he shall commit a wicked act. A wicked act. And what does the Bible want to happen to you? It says the man and both women must be burned to death to wipe out such wickedness from among the earth. Bible says this is a curse as well. Incest, the implications are so much. You develop spiritual marriage, everything about your life will go bad, and people, if you are not a believer, you might not understand what I'm talking about. You might misunderstand me, but trust me, these things are happening. Nanekua has just sent us a picture of someone that has closed both eyes, so it's very shameful. Very, very shameful. We welcome Evangelist Justice Asari. He's also on with us. Man of God, this is very, very shameful. And we encourage everyone watching us on any of the links. Viewers, share your thoughts. Guide your children. Because what this can bring is very, very serious. Now listen to what the girl is going through.
20 million. My face can't.
She went into debt when she tried to do business. A business that it's difficult to run a loss. Fun yogurt, finance business. It's difficult. Even when she works in a company where she's just offering services and getting paid, she will not get paid. And many others. Listen. She's crying. You see, even the gentleman that used to export timber overseas, the guy that wanted to marry the girl, this case has affected the guy, and now the guy is no more in business. When we speak about curses, when we speak about demons, when we speak about wickedness, witches and wizards, Bible says that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. Things are working. This is why we always speak against masturbation, and we talk about this, and we talk about homosexuality, and we speak about this, and people think we just don't like some people. We rather love them. That's why we will talk about them. Because the type of things those things attract upon a person's life, we all have no idea.
No one BBD, and numbers in Edgerman in our say. Or could you be carried chair and their problems, accident, say, a petty in their finisher. And more flower men in them, dear more for the bedding poor a head. I can't let today in your meal to Mantina, near timidity. Did I come if you back? No, Papa be share me no se mammy bra. Or say, I didn't know Papa Yano. So when I will be woo. And no make a Sabbath torso to shine it to one a mom. Now, sir, I'll be wage our manual. No many be quite back on the was a four. It should share any to one or more. Till I'm better with you, meant to mend it. Miss Susa, a dear cry, and I made him walk away. Papa say, and they and me would be coming, no Matias here, no men and I are sardine. It's a dinner hand Timiacha, and Timiacha. Me now, so me near one dance, I made it to me, my men say, may not prove that chest, Papa, say no day. Me the audio sing na send you or phone so by me chen wa cry. Didn't na send you, Marcus will be to animal. 1 year, mammy, I can't wash it. Why, you wash it, Tina? I didn't have me. I didn't need to me.
Oh my goodness. People, the girl is crying. She's in pain because she's saying that this thing is affecting her life, her finances, her life in general, everything about her. She needs help. She's crying for help. Viewers, wherever you are, if you are listening to me and you've gone through this before, or you are even going through, I'm encouraging you that there is help available. There is help. This thing brings permanent demonic spiritual marriages, and then you have to also seek psychological help. This girl needs our prayers to be able to come out of this demonic encroachment that she has found herself in through her own father. I pray that if someone is under such a spell, such a bondage, may God release you. And fathers, if you are listening to me, please try, no matter what. I'm not sure. We will have to delve into why such a thing could happen. How come a father could get to this point? Is this demonic? Is he possessed? It's not normal. It doesn't sound right. 2 years old child. You are in love with 2 years old girl. It's confusing. Please, we want to hear what you think about this. Please share your thoughts for us to know what you think. If this is natural.
It's me, I say, many papa ne kasa, I say, Papa, no problem. No, near my mean, yes, I money be. I say, many of them also. But who said, dear me, you know, best say my brother. I send him where we are having to miss your meet me, yes, I didn't him. Name one mamma problem. It's my Miss Carfanco Hospital. Namin Koshem. Papa ne catch him, say, only scamame net, Niscamami China. Scacra than in chances, and so for mammy net for mammy China. It's a baby pay be a me fanco. Sad time and also no men are down for because your friend is Steve. Now I saw them back couple and schools and same baby. Into only underground check as schools nibo high near accredited. Tell me that Steve Casa. Into Papa ne cancer as a chain I'm afraid that Steve said that Steve. Papa name me a twana mo say, what name me that of phone so ye never say. No men no problem. Papa mammy cause of problem, young hospital, na doctors in Sheme, na baby a Hana could be an young swan, also a niscabia the mammy, in the pacho. Enemy papa and casa mammy. Na on Tias and young question. With the tune papa name. Papa down for any casse, bia papa say. Sure, no entertaining minute cause on block him in. Na me me ya crab bonny me person me to 2 on in them. No, say no, as some now crane cano. A very serious. To me pacho. Near Shanian solve issue way, na yan shakrano. Na meaning doctors be quite why they omukon wa, ombesha boakrano. Or ni papa ni kebia, papa ni simia, mimi chan tratos, or ni minisaye. It me forward day. Evidence na me wouldn't na the man, na down phone. ti papa ni TV in fact ono ankasa no kra frɛ me no ono ɔyɛ adamfo no osui na no ho wo so sɛ ade na akɔso na ano yɛ den enti ɔne na papa ne bɛkasa na adamfo bɛkasa ɔne ni kasa bia papa no sɛ da ɔnte ase na ɔne me ni hwi ni yɛ ntem na ɔka kyerɛ sɛ kwa me hwɛ yie ade na wo yɛ no ɛsɛ wo de hya wo ne atete ato akwana brabɔ so enti so me ampa ho pomasi bre ni ansolve issue na ɛsɛ wo de akra se be bi opa bi onfa nkɔ or send a message or say shame unto you ti na ofɛ ne na me fa na ohuru me me nipa hunu fa so bi ani me so me bressa ɔno ɔhwɛ ne ma ɔde ne ma ekɔ university enti na oja ya ɔno atete bi wɔ me mu na me hu de me nyam ti na me ntimi ntina ti me ka kyerɛ sɛ wo se woni ministry na moami a ene me moya we me de obedu antena de oka de oni bi asem no.
You see, viewers, the lady is still trying to explain the type of conversation that went on. The father, that is the man that is in Australia, has a friend called Mr. Steve. Mr. Steve, hey, if you are hearing me, we have a program here. We just need to make sure we are talking about these things. Mr. Steve communicated with this girl because the father wanted Mr. Steve to help this girl to go to school at some point in time, which did not work out. And so this lady spoke to Mr. Steve and explained, but Mr. Steve didn't believe that the man could do such a thing with the daughter. So Mr. Steve, in short, what Mr. Steve did was, when he doubted, the lady sent all the evidence of the phone video, chat, video conversations to Mr. Steve, and when Mr. Steve saw it, then Steve got upset and spoke to the father, advised him to stop these things, but the father rather deceived Mr. Steve into thinking this girl is a bad girl, just trying to, mess up the friendship between the two of them. So in the end, what the girl did was just send everything to the man, and the man began to feel so sorry for this girl, Mr. Steve. But then the father of the child is still strong, not willing to budge. And then Brother Philip says, very sad, but the girl needs to be cautioning first. Where was her mom? Secondly, why she didn't open up and tell the mother about the whole story and keep it until now. Brother Philip, this lady told the mother, you will hear a conversation that went on in the audio. She told the mother, and then the mother did not listen. The lady even played some of the evidence to the mother, but the mother also just decided not to pay attention to this. So there is something behind this whole thing that maybe by the end of the day today, we will all be able to understand exactly what is happening in relation to this issue.
What did you only be a sub? Tatina betty master, mamma. It's a bit of a quartina, or see me prove be a baby, I'm a funny co. Mammy, and it's a near down for Baconso or London. On so a friendly can't trust some chance. Me friend me am fa and say me brain am ma me so friend say na den na papa fra ho fa o so oni mu bia de boa wo na me say ma nya sa o de bia papa ni me de ntokwa ene wa chane asikyire ni nie say na ekoso me ne ye phone says me wo Ghana so before so betu kwan no oni me fefe ma no so me no fefe me na me no fo ano enti me so evidence me de send o in fact me ma me so ti asem no me ho dwiri no I say, hey, Muso, Cassie, say, na papa ne wabo. And then one share my young pen hope my sibre. How now one name on the young so for mom. Na papa ne cassette. Yeah, I know a thing. Tantan me by ya, Massam Tietia. Papa ne me me ya. Na me won't Tommy. Muso no there to me so no only for me so. After some pata me cry 100,000 Ghana cedis. Made in this cano. Say I'm a cry Tommy yem. 100,000 Ghana cedis. That's 1 billion. Na major papa no. So at
the moment, the lady, this is all the lady wants to say, that she's pleading that the father should help her financially to seek medical attention concerning that her inability to contain and to hold urine and to hold the poo. It's a big problem, and if it is not attended to, this can cause something really serious. So there has been a permanent damage that the lady needs help with. So this is the point that she's trying to establish, and she wants the father at the end to give her some sort of compensation to help her to start something with her life. She needs about 100,000 Ghana cedis. That is about 25 25,000 Australia, I think. 25,000 to 25 to $30,000 Australia. So that's what she's asking for. Okay, now people listen to the conversation. I cannot explain this, but if you understand the language, listen to this part very well. They are doing the phone sex, and the man is doing his gestures and talking and screaming during that process, and the lady is also talking in between, so you can hear it if you understand the language. I will explain a bit of it. You see, what upsets me is that when he's done with the phone sex, he tells the daughter, meaning I leave you with God. Which God?
I'm at your service.
See, he's telling the girl to make sure nobody hears this. It should stay just between the two of them. See, the man is telling the girl to make sure this thing stays just between the two of them. No one should hear it.
Don't need too much. Emma, your home. Yeah, I love you.
I love you, Jeremy.
Love you.
That's it. I love you.
I'll continue to see my nature.
This is father and daughter.
Oh, I'm in the fast of the money. So, yeah, dear. Love you. What's the papa?
Just imagine.
man, so maybe in case of so it was empty in court.
Oh, I want to make casa. Yes,
So he doesn't want anyone to hear.
Why?
That's
He doesn't want anyone to hear.
Love you.
See, viewers, this is the father and the daughter. This is the father and daughter. God have mercy. Viewers, all that they are talking about right now, they are just speaking unnecessary words like encouraging the father.
Miraho.
This is sad.
When you visit,
she's 30 years.
Anna, oh, papa, see a new deed, don't know. Now, visit
14 years, but say, I'm a mammy who said at the age of 2 years and now.
What did they woo when you know?
14 years.
14 to 30. How many years?
16 years.
16. What do you mean, no, papa, champna 16 years?
Yes, Antina.
Are they? Eban say,
Antina, me patrol.
Yeah, we're dead. I will say, with the whole honor. Oh, papa, frail. Sabrina, whiny, woofy. Mufie no, and here for a tiffin. Now, mammy Wayne. Eban say, na 14 years akwada. Papa Penia, woo wawba. Baby, I'm shame. What time no de o? What to meet me ye? Eban saying, and on him, Umamia who says 16 years. One of papa chimpna. A coso way. Now, a frothy fuel. Or no for no, or so more.
Viewers, the host wants to find out where these things were happening. Where exactly in the house? Why? How come no one knew anything about this? What is going on? Brother Obiba says, Brother Philip says, this whole thing is too complicated because it seems this girl is very bad and she is up to something. Yes, Brother Obiba, it's true. She was up to something. According to her, this was happening many times. She told the mother that no one believed her. So she had to make it up to get this evidence. So she had to play the game they used to play. And then at this point, she was no longer 14. The 14 years time had happened. At this point, she was even dating and she had a baby. So she's not a kid. She knows what she's doing. So she had to lure the father into the act and get this evidence to prove to the people, the parents, that look, dad is really doing this. Aunties were not, everyone used to say she's a bad girl, she doesn't respect the father. That's why the dad always complained about her. But not knowing every time the dad would complain, it was because the girl didn't want to continue doing this act. It's really complicated, as Brother Biba you are saying. I am yet to, understand. Maybe, Brother Biba, very soon we might get to understand what is happening. It doesn't make sense. Very complex. It looks as if the girl is into it. She also likes it because of what she was also getting, maybe money. It's happening in their house. The mom was not in.
And of them call one side. I say master bedroom, no. The other one of them call ye. No, they make a share her. And of fame, and that was the first time I didn't chassis no. Nin a chassis no. And of fame and fame no for no. So me no didn't catch him after family, human, so it's in my son.
14 years on him. Now, unsa. Now, what for Bema pay? I didn't know one can tell mammas. Dada so me move.
So why didn't she tell her mom when she did it at first?
Now what they say on 16 years. Wait to me no papa, tip on koso papa. Atim pna dia besin na. Muja edi say. Me say muja edi say.
2 weeks more.
Now what you mean new?
Oh my goodness. They just stopped 2 weeks ago.
One can show biada biological father. Eja. Anyone chimpna, umami fie, umami ketaso, umami dam. Now miande ba, miande bato, no fefene no fo. Now ofefe wa no. Akoswa 16 years. One can chobia.
Man can't chobia antina.
Na yode.
Na nyame de but na me hu kwa me fa so me jai. Me timi kan se me nye but mia na me asa de me ho akọ. Na mintimi njai.
Let's just say no papa na afro kwa wo de ho koma no.
Yeah, otimi get me pre.
Kasa gu mic ni mama.
Get me pre so asa me nye but go ho ana ma fe no okay papa Matia say. Yeah.
I want Ghana answer na obeko Australia no. Ah afro ko se dem. Na wa da ho.
Ende on dwame ho. Ni kwa mi ka se ode ne be ma ne kwate she.
Da bi no wa dwa ho. So your so do financial atade obeda so no fo. Afefia no. Ti wa dwa ho no no.
Yi no fo no to
a consume predudo sense and Australia.
Until I
also the member.
Meant me my figure because I could be brave and sana.
And opa, and you may a year go school.
Mostly time I read the Memphis Square banana or be our bontino. Who are Santa Crabia, me,
so this thing was happening when the girl was a child.
My tour. What do I question her? Tibia within 5 minutes, 10 minutes be no, there yes, I did no appeal. No, boy, and shen one more be a man, you men can't show be a more be antida. Na your dam, you don't in a mature was a name man.
No, my men, a bushia for most of your nippers and of your.
Oh, then time, not me, mammy, nana back coming and abajo. And may of a bag of fancy a year bushia on no sooner on so tiffy hobby. That I know the bar consumer rent amount for rent tibia almost with tiffy hobby. Then time on.
Oh, about my auto saying,
I'm your penny.
Say, Obia Hua, Bra, papa de telephone February till the Bremo. Ponogu, Sabrina of you say.
15 years.
15 years, Aquada, ne papa top
oh, goodness.
Abreno, Ponogu so, and also Mofana Tra, Omamia who, Una Nehu, and no say ye jia, ye dility neja, Aquada 15 years, scooter phone, and a ne papa, dear dream bonnet. Now 14 years
this is so sad. Viewers, these are some of the things we talk about. If we are not careful, we are getting into a time where these things are getting very, very prevalent because most families are too busy doing other things. And we take things for granted. How come a mother will give a phone, a father will give a phone to a daughter, and the daughter's phone has pornographic videos? Mom saw it, aunties saw it, and they took it lightly. And because the dad said he picked it on the ground. And then after that, the child has complained also that dad is doing this with me. And no one seems to even care to dig deeper, to investigate, to find out. Now watch this thing. Look at the man. This is him. This is him.
Anso no Ghana akwanto nyina mu oyire te ho sa oyire ne nsuo
Viewers, I bet you this man needs help. Viewers, to be honest with you, I can say for a fact that this man needs help. I believe it's not natural. He needs spiritual assistance in a way. Look at him.
Back to on one casa and then said 5 million, 2 million, did it 30 and needed it. No, they send. But say, they be a bed doing who obey a solid. So the
dad was giving her money, but not enough for you to establish a business or something. Viewers, you see in the video, this is the girl. You can see that little girl there. The girl, you can see the girl in the screen right on the cheek of the father. When they are doing the phone thing, the girl is using her phone and another phone is being used to video what is happening. So you can see the girl's phone and her screen and on the father's cheek. This is what I've kept stuck on the video, if you can see that.
Oh, share baby, who catch and say, Mama on file telephone.
Me catch you straight away.
Mama on file, oh, Papa,
man in family course.
Oh, yeah, dinner, say Yamia Payo, said Daniel, oh, who say, Bibi Koso on over Pantem. Some on file telephone. Oh,
that's the father.
That
is the father. Viewers, that is the father in there. You can see the man. This is so sad. So sad. We try to get through to the father.
You won't be charged.
So she's put a lot of locks on her phone.
Normal text message. And also no phone so. And password dear and phone so.
She's always kept passwords on her phone.
But this is my password and some pick. And me catch any straight say me phone da don't venture and family calls and family phone. And me phone down there belly me know I belly mama password na mean to me pick.
Oh ye dey who say one of a
the guy just got to know. The boyfriend just got to know the dad was doing this with the lady. Viewers, look, we are in a time where everybody needs to be very, very mindful of the way we will do our things, because the girl is explaining things in a way that the way it's going, it means that we all need to find a way to protect ourselves, protect our valuables, our children, who we leave our children with, who is communicating with who. And now that the social media, internet is so prevalent, you have no idea when your child is alone. We need help. Now let's watch this. You see, that is the father. That is the father.
It's not easy for me at all. The minimum say or bani be me shema. Orgasm say ba and sometimes o junso. But me am it here the median tessa. Be man ne koti ramasia, me junso sia ta.
You see, at the moment, whenever she has intimacy with her husband, she weeps just straight away for no reason.
When ya kukudra bo mami amane.
Ma bo me mami amane.
Wetie.
Me bought man it say na papa no.
She has played the videos for her mother to listen, but mom still doesn't make anything out of it.
I have evidence. The
mother was not interested.
And a papa no, same way who said no. So my mama ni energy and free my brabo me say me the mensa say my brabo.
Right, yeah, patrapa.
Now we want to speak to the mother.
Eunice.
Viewers, listen to what the mom will say.
Eunice, yeah, Frau. Tifa, name. Viewers,
listen to what the lady's mother will say.
And now uti awari na sinti. O pesa o kata so ana. Dana. Eunice over.
The mom is not answering the phone. The mom is not answering the phone, so we're going to play the audio recording we had where we first spoke to the mother, and then she agreed to speak to us when we come live. That's the father in the background. You can see the father in the background. Viewers, if you have any idea as to how we can help this lady, please, you can share. Okay, so that's the mother on the phone. She says she's going to the hospital. So the mom admits that she has been told. She's saying she's going to go to the hospital, so she can't speak, but then she's admitted that the lady has told her about it, but not too long ago. The mom says the mom is being asked whether she's done anything about it since she heard the news. That mom said she's not done anything about it. She's just left it as it is. You see, the mom is trying to say that if the lady did not know much about it when she was younger, what about now that she's grown? She should know, because now the mother feels that there is she used the word, there is a contract between the girl and the father. So the woman is trying to clear herself out of the situation, but then she has not done anything about it. Your daughter is being molested, but she's just not interested. She's not interested. The mom thinks the lady doesn't tell her anything. See, the mom thinks the girl was up to something.
Yes.
She says she just keeps saying she's going to the hospital. She just keeps saying she's going to the hospital. She doesn't want to talk. You see, viewers, it's on and on and on. The woman is just repeating the same thing round and round and round in circles. Same thing in circles. Just imagine. It's just the same thing the woman is talking about in circles, just spinning around. Viewers, this is so pathetic that in this day and age, such a thing will be going on. It is so terrible. Trust me, it's terrible. Okay, viewers.
Okay.
Now listen.
Hello.
We are gonna talk. We're gonna speak to the father's friend who lives in Melbourne, Australia. The father's friend who lives in Melbourne, Australia. I think the father's proper name, we mentioned the name. If you listened, you know who the father's name, what the father's name is. But now we're going to speak to the father's friend who lives with the father in Melbourne, Australia, and listen to what the friend will say. Where's your friend? He doesn't answer his phone. He doesn't answer his friend's calls.
Melbourne, Australia.
Na fahina openi kwami amankwa wose.
What Melbourne?
He's in Melbourne. Kwame Amankwa.
Akwala ni too many because Kwame Amankwa will be in se oba han. Ni yiri mu nyine se bibia me na me boa na bibia mu. Enti akwala no connection training na obo mama ndia me ya went. Me po na me ka je ni se won to decoder manu na ya wo dia TV wo enti bibia ko so bia no ka kire me enti oni abrante na.
So according to this man speaking, Kwame Amankwa, the father of the girl, Kwame Amankwa, the father of the girl, is the best friend. He has been helping him with everything in Australia. So the girl in question has been speaking to this man that is talking right now, the best friend of the father, the man that is doing this precarious act. The man is saying that Kwame Amankwa doesn't answer his calls anymore because he's been advising him to stop this thing because the girl has sent all the evidence to him.
Schools no one ya be any fake one to my background check.
So Kwame Amankwa is called Boga.
Where the Michigan Beko every month intermediate and madam in Casa because 5 years ni was un person mama in Casa intermediate in Casa. It will kai come in Casa no pass and me no banana so on. It will na him ring said that a new na nams I collaborate with couple bisma more next the million abroad nam sema tina me catch the na him say okay all my agent no so you school in school ni dima me na me background check it is correct me am saying this kana come school it was one more ring was that was see you did bring we to be able to catch the boga because so no so one can't no on pese when because I make something be na mi bagana o kaseme fa de nkomani o ka chense man ko fi ho ni yiri number be jinam de man atam fu be no se bo achi ko man yiri ena ne yiri ringi mi o ringi ni yiri ni ko se adentina ne yiri na ringi damasi no e so so na me mi ho no ba mi fi e se o be chamin krofo
wow. So this man Kwame Amankwa lives in Melbourne and
we are sure was sending me voice message no over pair kunti gidi and because nanima me pesa and collaboration no me pass semanya no kolobeka to papa so because he didn't go same and to one was sending or to live a year and to be put here and I mean you could miss me.
So the man has been living in Australia for 16 years and he says he doesn't want any woman in his life. And the friend is saying, he asked the friend, so Kwame, is this why you've been living in Australia for the past 16 years and you say you don't want any woman with you in Australia? And obviously, you get no answer back. And Kwame, the man doesn't want anyone to go close to his family. He doesn't have any family in Australia too. But then he just does this phone sex with his daughter over the phone.
When you machine to say, boys, not me here, come on, but you pray and I must say now, Papa can to meet us saying, but in mammy kept you in MCU. If you want to, my ringing up, regard sending boys, Mr. Kwame, my anchor seminal because honestly, problem over to no question, I did not as San Francisco. If you want, but tools, bit my screenshot of my ranking more than and none of the crime ranking one fa.
So the man is not talking to his friend any longer.
Akwala be ka choice ka block no eni nkase bi na say wonye me hwese me block no ti bi de wa ka kire me ama no ka kire me na wo su de ke say the man was going through psychological trauma, emotional trauma, every trauma. I feel sorry for the girl. And because we do see a good trade. Now I hear young Quada one and a papa and Tamono. I don't send bye. She said, what gentlemen are saying? Now, Obani Usha, then a Bama Papa, the bar 14 years.
He says that the man is saying that the friendship between him and the friend is already gone bad because the friend Kwame Mankwa, who is molesting the daughter, is not answering the friend's phone. He's not answering the man's talking. He's not answering his phone any longer. So he's been asked, why would he think this can happen?
The 1 year now, come to 30 years now. Tiotia won't know. I'm for baby, I say, I'm Reneba. I had a meeting one that is our Marcus says, or I do on paper. About them. The number for the street because some Tabia Colano echo when Chino Quanebo Bico next screenshot to be WhatsApp or so in Nadafa WhatsApp only born for 6 months.
Wow.
Me makachene se wakati mse ompesa kola ni huntu no be yakasa na mse de oye ni nyenti so ne min kase bi mo amemfa no enti mimpo me ma pesa ke china no me koni fi akopopro no so me kono mopro no entia no ni akola ni tia me de no be tia no ebe oni na de be jini so be tia ni fi
oni mo tia no oni ma na o ba tia no.
This man is saying that he's planning to visit this Kwame Amako in his own house, even though he doesn't answer his calls.
Me rinko ma no ma bi tie chance che me rinko me say me bona manese say me koso nti on hwempe ho asem kana kwala awia ka so de be ko the prophet to kwa me say the prophet to near rinko na won fa
viewers, that is what is going on. So look, this is what the Bible is telling us. Viewers, there is something we call curses that we incur upon ourselves whenever we get ourselves into incest. That is the father you can see down here. That's the father's picture you can see down there. That is him having that intimacy with his own daughter. Viewers, if we are a world, any nation that decides to reject God, this is what happens. Demonology, witchcrafty, and all those other evil activities, these are what they feed on because they are anti-Christ. As the Bible that we read in Leviticus and every other verses we've read about incest, the same Bible says we should not do it. Anti means God says don't go this way and the devil will let you go this way. So anti means anything against God. So you see, this is what we get when we start preaching against God. Now Avram Ben Moshe and all the other people that are preaching against Christianity and godliness, this is what you want, right? This is what you want. We need our children safe. Family. This is Family Arena. The reason why we're doing this program today, you can see it. Family Arena, written just here. This is why we're doing this program, is that you keep your family safe. You protect your family. This man is destroying his own family, but perhaps he thinks he's doing fine. He thinks everything is okay, but it is never okay. At the moment, whatever the girl is doing, if you are in Australia as we are operating from Australia now. If you are in Australia and you know this Kwame Amako, he needs help. He needs help. He needs prayers. He needs counseling. He needs to be fixed up. He needs a lot of help. And the daughter needs help as well. So let us tune up together. Let's tune in together. And together we will find a way to support this man. Because I bet you, he needs my help just as he needs your help. We pray that anyone that is struggling with such a thing, may God grant you deliverance. We pray deliverance on the girl and deliverance for all of us. And we pray that whatever we are equally going through differently, please, may God help us. We are signing out the program tonight. It's been a long night, but I think it's worth it. We could not do this today and come back and do it again. Most people shared their thoughts about the program, but then I believe that you have your thoughts also to share. Whatever your thoughts may be, share it, write it at the bottom of the screen, share your comment, and then I could read it. If you could not call in today, the phone number is still scrolling at the bottom of the screen. I will tell you and I will encourage that next time, start trying to call in and share your thoughts. This is what we need to educate the world with, so that the world will know that we are heading towards a certain direction that we all need to make sure we are protecting ourselves and our families. God bless you so much as you've joined in on Family Arena today. It's been a wonderful day, and it's still your brother Ebenezer Koda tuning in today from Koda TV. God bless you so much. It's been Family Arena. We love you and we want to see you again. Please, we appreciate your presence. Don't forget to share the link that we have. Share the link with everyone. Type up your comments, subscribe to our channel, and click the follow button. And also, there is this review that is on Facebook. If you can complete 1 or 2 for us, we will really appreciate it. God bless you so much as you are part of this family. And if you have any testimony, any message like what we have just shared, and you want us to share it on this platform, or you want to come in and share it yourself, please, it is also welcomed. Come in any day, anytime. Call us, send a video, send audios, or we can do video calls so you can speak and share your experiences to encourage someone and to bless someone's life. God bless you so much, and see you tomorrow on Warfare, War Zone. We are going to pray. We are going to pray. We are going to play.